Do is drink water unless I'm doing, but when I break the water fast, I'm going to shift into the tea. Heavy period, that could be hormonal issues also. And you have to understand, the more things that you consume that bleed is going to cause you to bleed more. So if you still eat a lot of red meat, pork, chicken, this, that, and the third, a lot of that waste is just sitting inside of your uterus. You eat things that bleed, you're going to bleed more. So, or you could have underlying fibroids that you don't know about. And it's not the fibroid that bleeds. It's the lining of the uterus that bleeds because the fibroid starts to grow and starts pressing on the line. So, and you want to take care of that because I'm pretty sure your iron is low too. The oxygen is low. So that's something you need to deal with. Rheumatoid arthritis. You definitely want to get some sea moss in your life. Sea moss is really good for RA because it's going to help with the joint pain. But then on the nerve pain side of it, I do offer a brain and nerve tea or brain and nerve drops that it could assist with the nerve issues. Because a lot of us are doing a lot of things that are destroying our nerves. We can't remember things. Our memory is gone. Our joints is having pain. Your nerves have, like if this is my nerve, around the nerves have a protective area called the myelin sheath. And a lot of people that have nerve issues like multiple sclerosis or Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, this protective conduit that's around the nerve starts to erode. And now, like picture it if you ever worked in electricity before. That's what I do. That's my day job. I do work with electricity. You have the copper and then you have an insulator on the outside. The insulator starts to erode. And then now your nerves become susceptible to damage. So if you have like nerve issues, a lot of tingling, a lot of this, a lot of that, you got to start nourishing your nerves. Oh yes, girl. I know Tara's fasting. Like I said, I'm on day 3 of the fast. Joint pain usually is just a lot of buildup. It could either be a couple things. So I used to have, at 25, I had terrible knee pain to the point where I could barely walk. And when I went to go get an x-ray, he told me, it's not your knees, it's the fact that you're weak. So for me, when I had the joint pain, it's because my thigh muscles did not exist. He told me I needed to build up my quads and I needed to build up my hamstring. The quads are in the front of your legs, your hamstrings are in the back. So my knee problems was because I was weak. So that's when I started weight training. You don't have to weight train, but you need to do some type of strength exercises. I took it to another level and started lifting a whole bunch of craziness. But my issue with the joint pain was because of my lack of muscle. You got to have muscles to keep the pressure from being pushed down on your knee. So that was my issue with the joint pain. And then it could also be a lot of acidic or toxicities that get stored in your joints. But that you can get rid of that too with just changing your diet. A less acidic diet and sea moss. Less acidic diet, things like sea moss, that'll cushion your joints. But like I said, the joint pain, it could be a lack of muscles. Mine was muscles. I didn't have no leg muscles at 25. It was terrible. To nourish your nerves, something good to take to get things out of the body is, I have a heavy metal detox, but you can just find some activated coconut charcoal, and that helps remove the heavy metals out of your body. Heavy metals is one of the issues that causes nerve damage. And the fluoride and the tap water, all of that got to go. I was just talking about cancer, about how there was a lot of people, according to Herbert Shelton's book, I believe the name of the book is The Fasting Cure. It's a really thick book, but it's really good. And it just shows that water fasting can cure anything. Water fasting. Yep, uric acid could bring on your arthritis. You got to cleanse up. When it comes to spirulina, I prefer chlorella. Chlorella, I believe, based on the molecular structure of it, is better for melanin dominant people. So I prefer chlorella over spirulina. I believe spirulina is better for melanin recessive or Caucasian people. So spirulina is good for them, but it ain't good for me. I prefer chlorella. And that's just based off of me studying it and seeing the elements of it and even where it lies in the sea in comparison to spirulina. So chlorella, I do that instead. Working a job and 3-day water fasting. That's tough. That's why most people do it on the weekend. I am not working this. Well, most of my work is at home, as you can see. I deal with the herbs. But it's going to be tough at work. Day one, you'll be fine. So if you wanted to start a water fast on a Friday, you should be fine. But Saturday, Sunday might get a little crazy. Feet pain from standing. Issues with circulation. You could always try a little cayenne pepper. Add some cayenne pepper into everything that you eat. And that can help. Cayenne pepper is excellent for circulation because it's going to help thin the blood. And you also want to make sure you get your feet up above your head. So you could be laying in the bed. Just throw your feet or your legs up on the backboard. And just lie there for like 15 minutes and let the blood pool the other direction. Let it pool down the other direction. Spring water all day. This is what I've been drinking my whole fast. So I'm only doing this kind of water. I'm on day 3. Day 3 will be complete in about another 2 hours. So I'm excited. I'll be into day 4 by tonight. And my energy feels good now. Like I said, yesterday, I was the walking dead. Today, it's back. But the last time I water fasted, day 3 was also horrible, which lets me know that my body is getting cleaner because I don't feel as terrible as I did the last time I did this. But water fasting is a beast. Even if you did 24 hours, you have no idea the things that you're reversing. You reverse a lot of disease when you let your organs get rest. So most of us, we're not even getting an appropriate amount of sleep. We're on these phones past 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So our ability to produce melatonin, which lets us know that our body is tired, starts to wear down. So you can't even sleep really well either. So you want to make sure that to properly fast, you get to bed at least by 11 o'clock. You get a full night's rest. If your energy feels low, one thing that I do that's quick and complimentary to get energy is I go outside first thing in the morning and I just get some sun. The sun is a complimentary source of energy. Even on the full body detox I have a lot of people on. Somebody was asking me where did my energy come from? And I said, I don't put herbs in there to give you energy. When the waste comes out of your body, the electricity is able to flow faster in your body so that you are naturally energized. Taking all of these supplements for energy is bullcrap. Your body is an energetic field. I believe, how many lightning bolts is the human body compared to? I have to find it, but the human body is comparable to a certain amount of lightning bolts. That's how much energy we have. But we eat all of these foods that's taking the energy away. It's making us, you can't do certain things when you're full. You just can't. What was that quote? A full mind can't think. It was something from Arnold Ehret. He's another one from the 1920s. That guy is dope. Arnold Ehret, I believe his name is. I thought his book was right here, but it's not. He is another one that promotes fasting and enemas. He's the boss. Oh yeah, I've been sun gazing. You got that. Love you too. Oh, grounding too. I always go in my backyard. I dig my feet in that dirt, even though a deer might have pooped in it. And I sun gaze while grounding. For fatty liver issues, milk thistle is a beast. Milk thistle is an herb that has been scientifically proven to be able to regenerate your liver tissue. And you also want to make sure you're not drinking. You also want to make sure you're not having a bunch of fried foods. And you got to lay off the meat. But milk, I'll type it because it might not make sense what I'm saying. Milk thistle. This is probably one of the best herbs for your liver. And we all need to be nourishing our liver. Turmeric and milk thistle. So in the nighttime, when I'm not fasting, what I'll do sometimes is I'll get some hemp milk. I'll put a little bit, like a teaspoon of turmeric in there, and I'll have like, it's called golden milk. I have golden milk in the nighttime before I go to sleep, because turmeric is a beast for inflammation. It is a beast for neurological function. So people that have issues with memorization or even just foggy thinking, turmeric is savage. Turmeric. So I do golden milk in the nighttime. And if you have issues sleeping, ashwagandha. I don't even know if I know how to spell that right now because I'm on a fast. Ashwagandha is a beast. You could do ashwagandha milk at night, maybe an hour before you sleep. Who's that? Yes, Bohemian. That golden milk is serious. Turmeric with a little hemp milk. I warm it up, stir it in there. It's nice. Good night's sleep relieves a lot of inflammation in your body. That also helps with joint pain too. If I could get coconut milk not in the can, I would do it. But that can, that aluminum lining, is terrible. Ooh, golden milk with cinnamon and cayenne. I need to do that one. That sounds nice. Oh, see, someone, BBY Teeth spelled ashwagandha. So there you go. Ashwagandha will relax you. It will nourish you. It will keep you calm so you can get a good night's sleep. Because if you're not sleeping, you're not healing. If you're not sleeping, you're not healing. Your body goes through a process every night where it's supposed to be regenerating all of your organs, getting rid of any excess tissues in your body that you may not need. If you're the type of person that's up to 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, disease is waiting for you. So you have to go to sleep. Kazel Jewels ashwagandha is amazing. You ain't never lie. Milk thistle gives me nightmares? How? Milk thistle is wonderful. Milk thistle and turmeric are beasts for the liver. Our livers are overworked and underpaid. That's right, Glentis. That turmeric, though, that turmeric is amazing. You should sneak it in your baby's bottle. IUDs? Hell no. I refuse to put anything in my vagina that is a foreign object that has to stay there. When last time I went to the GYN a year ago and she showed me, it's like a horseshoe shape article that they stick up there and it stays up there so that you don't get pregnant. No. There was a girl on IG maybe a year ago and she shared her story that her IUD fell out of place and somehow ended up traveling north, and it almost killed her. She ended up in the emergency room for weeks because of the IUD. And it really disrupts your hormone, because a friend of mine, he made his wife take hers out, and now her periods are ridiculously heavy. Her hormones are disrupted, and that's because she took it out. So for me personally, I don't leave foreign objects in my body. When you constantly try to stop something that your body wants to do naturally, you're going to have issues. Birth control is the devil. I don't have an all-natural form of birth control, and I wouldn't sell one either, because y'all would be trying to sue me if you get pregnant. But birth control is evil. Whether it's in pill form, IUD, the patch, you're stopping your body's natural processes, which is going to cause an issue somewhere else. And then when you're ready to get pregnant, a lot of times these things cause infertility. And now you got to restructure your entire uterus in order to get pregnant. Because for, let's say, 10 years you on birth control. For 10 years you told your body, I don't want to be pregnant. Now you take this thing out of you and you're like, hey, body, I'm ready to get pregnant now. And it's like, pregnant? What's that? You just taught me for the last 10 years to not create any hormones that could possibly allow you to create something amazing. Every month. Women, you are gods. You have the ability to make a human. I think we don't think about the powers that we have, because all day we just see people popping down babies all day. You can make a human. You have the ability to make a human. Why would you want to stop that? When I was in my early 20s, I did the birth control thing. But I believe the birth control and the bad eating is what destroyed my life. And even though it destroyed my life, something positive came out of it, because it sent me down the road to studying and taking courses so I could bring the information to you. So I'm not mad that my life had to get ruined. But yeah, no. you have to cleanse your uterus. Moringa is a natural form of birth control. Listen, if y'all try that, you could go attack Simply Ashini. I don't know about that. I'm not telling anybody a natural form. The only natural form I know is the pull-out method. That's it. Oh, you were on it for a year. Worst decision she ever made. See, this is why we could all learn from each other. A couple people I knew that was on it, they took it out. Especially when that girl's story circulated about how the IUD got loose and started destroying her uterus. Now, don't get me wrong, the uterus can repair itself. Because there's people that have hysterectomies, 300,000 a year in America. Do you know what they're doing with your uterus? They're making money off of it. They'll take the uterus that you don't know how to use, that you don't know how to nurture. They'll take it out of your body and put it in someone else's body, and this person will be able to use your uterus now. 300,000 hysterectomies a year? You gonna tell me that number's normal? Nah, bro. Don't you ever in your life remove your uterus unless you are on your deathbed. Your uterus, and it doesn't matter whether you want to have kids or not. There is a neurological connection between your brain and your uterus. So whether you want to have kids or not, I never recommend hysterectomies. Because hysterectomy studies have showed when you remove your uterus, you have a higher chance for dementia. Dementia. Don't get rid of your uterus. Do what you need to do. If you have fibroids or if you have cysts, if you do want to get surgery because you don't want to go the natural way, get a myomectomy. Do not let them take your uterus. Because it's not just about having a baby. It's about your neurological function. If you look at a video and you see what a uterus looks like, you'll see a whole bunch of nerves covering it. That nerve is traveling up to your brain. Everything is supposed to be in your body. If you had something taken out, it's all good. But just really nourish the rest of your body. So, the vote is in from a lot of these people on the live. We are not banging with IUDs. No IUDs. Black cohosh is amazing. That's a really nice hormone balancing herb. That's good for polycystic ovarian syndrome too. Vaginal pearls. I never tried the pearl that dissolves in your body, but I do have. It's so funny you said that. I have this pearl, and this is to tighten and tone the pelvic floor. So what you do is shove this baby right up. I need to put like a piece of string. But you would put it in your vagina, and you can meditate with it. You can do the Kegel exercise with it, because a lot of women that are also dealing with prolapse uterus, prolapse meaning that the tissues are soft, it might be tipping over, and now your uterus, your bladder, everything is on the line. By doing weightlifting with your vagina, it could help bring it back into place. So this is called, they're usually called jade stones or yoni eggs. These are pretty dope. I never tried the one that dissolves, but I heard good things about it. People that do the herbal things that ends up purging out of your vagina eventually. But if you have a deeper issue with vaginal health, you might have to do a full body detox. Let's see. Oh, your grandmother removed. See, this person is saying their grandmother removed their uterus and has dementia. The science is no joke. You always want to keep your uterus, whether you want to have kids or not. The only reason to take it out would be if you on your deathbed. Vitex is amazing. Another amazing. We got a lot of herbalists up in here. Another amazing hormone balancer. So if you're dealing with polycystic ovarian syndrome or fibroids, or you just want to balance your hormones a little better, Vitex berries are a beast. Yep, your stomach is the second brain, the gut and the brain connection. You know what I'm saying? Nerve damage, and that's another thing with water fasting. Water fasting has been proven to repair nerve damage. If you give your body time, it will repair anything you want it to repair, especially if while fasting you meditate on the area that you want to fast with. So most of my purpose with fasting was because I was telling y'all that I was getting a little too crazy with what I was eating. Still vegan, but not healthy vegan. It wasn't plant-based, it was just crap. I was getting crazy because I got so busy and I was eating out a lot. So I felt like my gut was starting to become permeable. I wasn't absorbing nutrients properly. So that was one of the reasons why I decided to do my water fast, was to give my small intestines time to fill in these little holes that I know are in there, and which will allow me to properly absorb nutrients. I think it's black obsidian. I have to check. This was a gift. Organic tampons. I don't bang with tampons at all. I don't want to put nothing in there with a moment when things are supposed to be coming out. So I just do the pads. Yoni steams. Love steaming. Steaming is wonderful. Sickle cell in babies. Sickle cell, I believe, can be healed. But honestly, I don't look at it as a negative thing either. Your cell is just shaped differently from somebody else. So most people with sickle cell in the African region, because of the sickle of their cell, they're less susceptible to, what disease is it? I believe it's malaria. So we look at sickle cell as something that is, we have to change it, we got to fix it. It's not a mutation. It's not a mutation at all. It's just the fact that your body decided to create cells a different shape from other people, and it has positive things aligned with it too. So yeah, your hemoglobin or your iron might be low, but when it comes to being in Africa, people with sickle cell, they don't deal with the things like malaria and these other diseases that other people with circular cells deal with. So don't look at it as a mutation. It's not. You can heal it if you want to, but it's not a mutation. It's just a difference. Do I water fast between certain times? Well, I'm on day 3 now. I usually just pick a couple of days. I just choose a few days that I want to fast. So after I did the Return of the God events in Atlanta, I had an amazing reading from this brother named Ja, and he told me in order for me to get on the next journey for my spiritual journey, which will in turn benefit everybody else in the world, he said I got to cleanse up a little more. The pearls, I don't know about the pearls. I never tried the pearls that dissolve. I never tried it before. Walnut milk is my favorite. Do you understand how amazing walnuts are for the brain? I even made my own walnut milk from scratch. I soaked walnuts, and don't go soaking walnuts in tap water. If you're going to make your own milk from scratch, I soak the walnuts in a water like this. And once it soaks overnight, I just throw it in the blender. I add some cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, walnut milk. I love walnut milk. That's right. See, Zorana don't bang with tampons either. I think I'm going to go for 4 days. I used to do the period cups, but it was just so difficult I liked it, but it was so difficult to get it in place. I got tired of it. So I'm back to the conventional pads. You can clean your uterus with Jamaican dog blood. Jamaican dog blood. You see all these bags right here? I finally was able to get more, and it comes straight from Jamaica, a place called Anato Bay. I got my shipment in, but Jamaican dog blood is a natural uterine cleanser. I had one woman, she was drinking, and she told me she felt her uterus contracting, and she released a lot of waste. Don't sleep on the herbs. The herbs resonate at the same frequency as our bodies. These prescriptions that y'all are on, they ain't resonating nowhere. Half the time they're going into your liver, and your liver is looking at this prescription like, what the hell is this? And now the liver has to find a way to get this poison out of your body before it kills you. So be careful. If you're on, like, even with high blood pressure medication, do you understand how easy it is to heal high blood pressure? There's people whose high blood pressure got cured from water fast. I'm not going to say go to that extreme, but high blood pressure is just, your blood is too thick. Just have some fruits Have some greens, have some natural foods. Take away all of the processed foods. Remove the white rice. Most West Indian people, because my grandfather and my grandmother, they both had high blood pressure and diabetes. I ain't get that. So that's why that whole, oh, if your grandparents got it, you gonna get it. If your mom got it. No, that's a lie. You ain't getting nothing that you don't want to get. Your DNA is not in a structure that